Hi guys, gals and pals, it's your girl Jay Smith, your local retail therapist. And as always, I'm not an actual therapist. If you do need therapy, I highly suggest you find it. I cannot help you with that. What I can help you with is retail. And today's topic will be returns. Way overdue if you ask me. So, when it comes to returns, the number one thing is please stop returning with just your face. I've mentioned it in other previous videos that you can check out, but obviously you didn't buy it with just your face, so please don't try to return it with just your face. Let's be reasonable here. Other than that, we absolutely need to be keeping the packaging on, or at least tape the barcode on the item. If you think there's any chance that you might need to return it, please keep the barcode on it. It can make things go by so much faster, along with keeping your receipt or the card. If it's an online order and you know your receipt's like in your email or somewhere like that, please go through the email, take a snapshot of what you need, which would be the order number and the item you're returning or items, and then when you get to the checkout, all you have to do is go to your favorites, pop up the picture, bada bang, bada boom. We don't want to be sitting there for hours while you try to surf through your phone to figure out where the receipt is. You can do that before you get there. I don't need to be doing that right there. The checkout and the returns is just that. It's a checkout and return. It's a fast process. You don't need to be there for 10 years or 10 hours. Why are you sitting there like it's a reception area? I had someone the other day, brief story time. I had someone the other day, we did his transaction. I can't remember if it was a return or a sale. And he proceeded to grab one of our flyer ads that was sitting there and like go through it while he was sitting there, and he knew someone else was right behind him waiting to proceed with their transaction, and he was sitting there with not a single cluck given, not one. He didn't care at all that this woman was waiting behind him. Finally, luckily it was like a 2 register setup, and I could move over to the other one and help that lady. Meanwhile, he stood there the entire time, or not stood because he was in one of those motorized like carts where you sit down and you're in the car for handicapped people. And he sat there taking up so much space and like right up on her during her transaction. And I couldn't help but be like, dude, you know she was sitting right there. Why? Why? We did your stuff. Move along. This is not the waiting area. Carts. Please take your carts with you when you leave. When we're done with your return, take your cart and get. Bye-bye. Skidoo. Reese's Pieces. Why are you leaving your carts there? Did you see a pile of carts or a stack of carts waiting by the checkout and returns when you got there? No. So there shouldn't be any when you leave. And the part that pisses me off the most about that is that you will literally have to pass where the carts go in order to leave. So it wouldn't even be out of your way. You're going in the same direction you would have been regardless to get rid of your cart. All the carts are always by the door. They are always by the door. Why? Why are you leaving it at my checkout instead? Why? Moving on. If I ask you for your receipt, if I ask you for your card, or if I say because you don't have any one of those, we have to do store credit, and you get denied for said store credit, this is not my fault. That was on you. It is entirely your responsibility. The receipt isn't there for decoration. We didn't give it to you as a souvenir for shopping here. We gave it to you so if you needed to do a return, you could bring it back. That's the whole point. And there's information on your receipt. It tells you how long you have to return it to the store. Y'all be coming into the store acting all kinds of brand new. Like, you had no clue that that's what the receipt was for. You had no clue what time you had to have it back. But you'll be telling me. For people who don't know, you'll be telling me. I'll be like, oh, is this 90? Oh, it's not outside. It's not within the 90 days. Oh, but when I tell you you can't return it, suddenly it's like, what how was I supposed to know that I couldn't wait a year to return it? I feel like that should have been written like somewhere. It is, bitch. On your receipt. Don't act brand new when you know damn well. And stop keeping things at your house for like a year or 2 years and then bring it back in like, oh yeah, I could totally return this because I know it's been like a year or 2 years, but I never opened it. Whether you opened it or not is, I could give 10 shits about. That's not the point. I'm sorry. I don't know who told you guys that you could return it for however length of time you wanted as long as the shit wasn't opened. No one said that. No one said that. Not a single one. No one. You can open it. You cannot open it. But you had it sitting in your musty ass house for a year. I don't want that shit back and I'm not giving you money for it. That's just common sense. That is just common sense. And you know it. And stop acting like y'all don't know the rules of this retail shit. Because you, like I said, you'll tell me. You're like, I don't have my receipt. I don't have my card. But then the second you hear something you didn't want to hear, suddenly it's, how was I supposed to know that? We both know you know that. This is 2021, not the Stone Ages. This ain't new news. Retail has been the same for hundreds of years. Technology is the only thing that's changed. Now we can look up your receipt on your card. Now you can do the tap. And now we have stores that are fully automated. But it's still the same shit. We didn't do anything different. We didn't upgrade. This is the same shit, different day. You know the rules and you know how to behave. So let's act with some common sense and stop driving your retail associates insane. It's not our fault. We're the bottom of the totem pole. Stop telling us stuff about how there was glitches on websites and then there was issues with this, that, and the fifth. Because guess who has the power to fix it? Sure as shit, not the person standing in front of you. You got any problems, fill it out on a survey, put it online. And don't blame the cashier when you do it. Blame the store. I don't know what else to say. Behave yourselves, act like you got some common sense, and come into my store with a smile. That's all for your girl J Smith this afternoon. Have a nice evening, eat food, stay safe and healthy, and as always, act like you got some common sense. Also like and subscribe. See y'all in the